Welcome back. Okay, I'm making some rolls for Thanksgiving, and I just wanted to share with you my recipe. I was watching Aunt Debbie do her poofy buns, and I made some, and they're really delicious. They're very close to mine. When I was looking at her recipe in the underbar, I thought, wait a minute, I have a recipe almost like that, except a couple ingredients are different. So I'm going to take both to Thanksgiving dinner and see if anyone notices the difference or which ones they like best. We'll do a review. Anyway, I've got a stick of melted butter here, and then I've got warm buttermilk, half a cup of buttermilk and a half a cup of water. And this is just warm, it's not hot, because we are going to put our yeast in here. I do a tablespoon and a half of yeast, and I don't care if it's a little over. Yeast is delicious. Okay. And to get that yeast going a little bit better, I always do a pinch, just what I can pinch between my fingers, of sugar. And it gets it activated and moving fast. So, get that all whisk up here. And I'm going to put the, I guess I should have done that earlier, get the dough hook on my mixer. She did hers in her bread maker, and I don't have a bread maker. Used to have and just never used it. I've always done my own thing when it comes to bread. This will be the first time I've done this recipe in a mixer because I usually do everything by hand. But one of our friends, who I'm so thankful for this Thanksgiving, gave me a KitchenAid mixer. I don't know how you could get any more blessed than that. So what I'm going to do is, I've got a stick of butter here that's melted. I'm going to pour that on in there. I've got one large egg. Sometimes I use two, but if they're a little small. That one looks good. And then a couple good shakes of salt there. And I use kosher salt or sea salt only. And I also want to add dough enhancer. About a tablespoon and a half of dough enhancer. It makes everything lighter and fluffier. It's just fabulous. And then about 2 tablespoons of honey. Alright, and the honey makes them sweet, and they're just delicious. There's nothing better, I tell you. So while my yeast is blooming and waking up, I'm going to get this mixing a little bit. Get that egg worked in there. Okay. And I've got 4 cups of flour. Now, sometimes I use bread flour and all-purpose. This happens to be all-purpose. This is what I have today. I've got a re-up on the bread flour. And I'm going to go ahead and add my yeast mixture and move that around a little bit. And then I need another half a cup of buttermilk. Pour that in. And there you go. I'm going to let this get all mixed up and kneaded. Let the machine do the work for me. I just think this is fabulous. I've turned this dough out onto the counter and I've let it rest so it won't resist being worked with. And what I'm going to do, it's not a very even piece, but I'm just going to cut this in half. And then I'm going to go in half again. And half again. And half again. And then we've got, I'm going to take the bigger, actually, you have to borrow from some of them. So, let's see, we've got 8 now. Yeah. We'll take these bigger ones in the center, and we'll do these. Cut those in half, whoops, and those in half. And that gives us 12. I may have to borrow from some bigger ones. These are pretty hunky. But, yeah. So, I'm just going to form these. And I get them all on the bottom here. And then make sure they're nice and round. And set them in your baking dish. Pretty easy. Easy, easy. And then, this has to rise. I let it rise, I don't know, until it's doubled. I don't really time it, but probably at least 30 minutes, I'm guessing. So, that's how we do this. And these already smell really good. They smell nice and yeasty and good. So yeah, you just kind of fold it all together, get it to the middle. The bottoms kind of look funny, but they won't. After they're cooked, they will be delicious. And I do butter my dish. For sure, I mean, there's butter in here. You might as well keep the theme going, right? And it is Thanksgiving. This is not something we do all the time. Sorry. It's cold. Kind of kicked my butt here last week. Okay, I'm going to get all 12 of these done, and I'll show you what I got when I'm done. Don't those look beautiful? Oh my gosh, I can't wait. I'm going to cover these with a towel and let them rise until they're doubled in size. And I just turned this little oven off, and so I'm going to there's a top plate heater up on top of that little oven, and so I'm just going to set that up there so it's a nice warm place to rest and come up to full rise, and I'll bring you back right before I put them in the oven. And they're going to be delicious. And almost everything was out of the pantry. You could do, well, it was all out of the pantry, but let's say you were out of buttermilk. You can use buttermilk powder. You know, these are things that I have on hand all the time in abundance. So, anyways, hope it helps. Hope it inspires you. And happy Thanksgiving again. And look how beautiful they got. Just big and fluffy. Can't wait till they're done. So I'm at a high altitude. It takes either a little bit higher temperature or a longer cook time than you do closer to sea level. So these are going to cook at 350 for 40 minutes. Alright guys, these are gorgeous. Oh, I just took them out of the oven. They're beautiful. So I'm going to take a dozen and a half over to my brother-in-law's for Thanksgiving, and we're going to eat dinner, and it's going to be wonderful. These are so big and so delicious. They make the best turkey sandwich vessel you'll ever want. So that's why we're leaving 6 at home, because I'm making a turkey tomorrow. I may even make another batch tomorrow, but I've got to have a turkey sandwich. So anyways, I hope this inspires you. Try new recipes. I tried Aunt Debbie's, and I'm going to compare it to this one. Anyways, it was delicious. I'm going to see if anybody notices the difference. But anyway, I'll talk to you soon, and we'll see you next time. Happy Thanksgiving, guys.